I'm going to share with you what keeps a youth pastor up at night after a Wednesday night. She comes in on a Thursday morning and she is looking at this. It's a list of names of kids who have come to our youth group over the last 32 weeks, and it's about 6 pages worth. And what it tells me is that we're doing our job, basically. We are getting teenagers to come to church, which is really good. But something else it tells me is that we might not be so good at following up with people who come for the first time. And I think that's a really important part of youth ministry, something that we probably push to the side, those first time phone calls where you don't know if you're going to talk to a kid who has no phone presence at all, or if you're going to talk to a parent that really didn't know that they were even at church in the first place. So it's always kind of awkward, but my assistant, Matt Fry, he's really great. He puts this together for me. And I'm able to see that there's a couple kids that have been here 31 out of 31 weeks. There's a bunch of kids who've been here. They've only missed 3 times in 32 weeks. So it's pretty awesome. The hard thing for me are the last 3 pages of kids who you just see once. They've only been here 1 time in 32 weeks. Now that's a problem for me. I don't get that. I don't understand why we have so many students who just come 1 time. So yesterday I called some of our first time students, and it was really funny because one of the girls answered the phone. I called it 3:45, 4 o'clock. It's appropriate for middle schoolers. They're usually out of school by then. But I called this girl and she's like, "Hello?" And I'm like, "Hey, Carly." And she's like, "No, it's Nicole. My last name's Carly." So that was my first strike. And then she said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm the youth pastor at Highland Park. You came to visit our church last week, and I was just calling to say hi and see how you were doing." "Well, I live in Nevada, and it's spring break, and I was at your church, so I don't really live there, and I'm under my desk." So I just thought it was really funny. She was answering the phone. It was probably 2 or 1. I don't know what the time zone is in Nevada, but it was just kind of funny. So I do know that some people don't come back because they physically can't. They live in Nevada, and we live in Florida. But there are other students who could if we would just follow up with them. So my tip for the day is follow up with your visitors. See where they're coming from and maybe what their needs are, and you might have that connection that brings them back. Hope you have a good day.